when you think that you're being calm, that you're being neutral, but your body or your micro behaviors express otherwise. So maybe a sharp tone, maybe a tight smile, maybe a sigh, a sarcasm, a silence, or avoidance. All of these things, if your body is doing all of these things, that means you are leaking emotionally. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about things that you have been shushing away. And today we will talk about emotional leakage. So emotional leakage is when your suppressed emotions, they slip out through your body language, through your facial expression, or through your passive behavior. Is something that many people struggle with, even the emotionally intelligent people. And most of the people who struggle with this are people who tend to internalize or people please. So we will break this into step by step so we can understand what it means, why it happens, and how we can actually stop this. So what emotional leakage actually means? It's when you think that you're being calm, that you're being neutral, but your body or your micro behaviors express otherwise. So maybe a sharp tone, maybe a tight smile, maybe a sigh, a sarcasm, a silence, or avoidance. All of these things, if your body is doing all of these things, that means you are leaking emotionally. So when does it happen? It happens usually when you suppress your emotions, when you are expected to stay composed, or you want to avoid a conflict, or you overanalyze feelings instead of actually feeling them. And one of the time that it can happen as well is when you don't have an emotional outlet or vocabulary for what's happening. So your emotions seek expression through your body, and it happens often unconsciously. No one is expecting them to happen. So what can we do? We can recognize the triggers. You cannot stop what you don't notice. Emotional leakage happens when the nervous system is activated, but your mind actually overrides it. So if you find yourself doing something like this, you have to ask after the moment of tension to yourself, like, what emotion was I trying to hide just now? And what was the story I was trying to tell myself? I can't be angry. Like, you were telling yourself you cannot be angry. You were telling yourself, oh, I have to look professional, or I have to stay composed. So were you telling yourself this story? And lastly, you have to ask yourself, where did I feel it in my body? Like throat? Did I feel it in my jaw? Did I clench my jaw? Was my shoulder not okay? So or my stomach was hurtling. So you have to see where it was happening in your body. So these cues are the entry point to prevent leakage before it happens in the future. We have to do the step 2, which is label and validate internally. Before emotions leak outward, acknowledge them inward. Okay, so like you feel angry, you can say to yourself, like, I am angry and it's okay to feel that way. Or I feel small right now, but I am still safe. Just naming something like this diffuses tension by integrating your emotional and your rational brain. So these two are integrating after you have recognized what's happening with your mind. And think of it like you're venting to yourself first. Instead of leaking on other people, you have to think of talking to yourself first. You have to release the energy physically. What is leakage? It is actually something that is stored in your body as a body energy, and it didn't get to move. Think of it like air is leaking. So it's somewhere contained and it's kind of got a passage to go out. So same way our body is reacting. So we can discharge this feeling that you're feeling right now. We can discharge it slowly. We can do slow exhale breathing. So we can take the breathe in, 4-second in, and then take 8 seconds to breathe it out. You can also tense and release. You can tighten your fist, you can tighten your shoulder and hold for 4 seconds and then release. So tighten it, count it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then release it. So when you do that, this is a way to discharge what you're feeling inside your body, and it's a very mimical small way. or you can walk briskly, or you can stretch right after emotionally loaded conversation or a moment. So anything that you do with your body right after having an emotional overload, that way you can release the energy very nicely. The next step is to learn neutral presence, not your emotional suppression. The opposite of leakage is not no emotions. It is a regulated presence where emotion passes through you, not out of you, not into others. So, what can we do? We can practice speaking slowly when you feel the heat is rising. So, anything that you have to do in a heated moment or you want to do in a heated moment, you have to practice it before. You cannot automatically expect it to come out when you're having a heated moment without practicing. You cannot do what you aim to do, right? So if you want to speak slower in the heated moments, you have to practice it before. So start to speak slower, pausing before replying. So learn to always take 2 to 3 seconds before speaking anything. Every conversation, even the emotional ones, you have to hold for 2 to 3 seconds before speaking. And then you check your tones before your word. Does this sound clean or does this sound charged? Over time, you will start noticing these early body signs of leakage, like tight chest, breath, holding sarcasm, and it will happen over time when you start to learn that, okay, something like this is happening, and you recognize yourself feeling it that way. The step is to have private outlets. So if you never release your emotions safely, they will leak unpredictably. So if you don't journal, if you don't leave voice notes in your phone, if you don't do physical rituals, these emotions will find a way to come out unnecessarily or in the where your image gets jeopardized. So you have to journal your raw emotions daily, like not logical thoughts, but how your body feels. And my chest feel heavy with unspoken words, so you have to write it down. You have to do voice notes, you have to do mirror talks daily to vent or clean your energy. And then there is an option to do the physical rituals like shaking, dancing, going to gym, screaming into a pillow if you need catharsis. This gives emotions somewhere to go before they reach the wrong place or the wrong person, or they can use your emotions to actually annihilate you. So, step 6 is to build emotional honesty in real time. Leakage is a sign of inauthentic restraint. So, we have to prevent it long term. So, you have to start saying small truth earlier, sooner. Like, I feel a bit off right now, can we pause? So, when you say your truth, it kind of gives you an outlet, right? When you start speaking that, okay, I need something, I feel off, I don't want to talk with you, or something like that. But if you are a people pleaser, you have to learn saying these things. You can also practice expressing mild emotions before big ones. And you can learn phrases like, I need a moment to process that, or that stung a little, I want to stay calm, but I did feel it. When you give your emotions word early, they don't have to leak later. So next time when you feel emotional charge, notice it, name it, breathe or move, decide, do I need to express this or do I need just regulate it? And release privately if needed. Do this enough and your leakage become conscious emotional flow. There are basically different kind of leakages, but we can talk about that in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. And if you think this video has helped you a little, drop a comment. When was the last time you felt emotions coming out? And like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.